Now I request Professor Radhe to talk about our applications. So he will explain you where all can be used uh, for our actually analysis, data analysis, and other purpose. So Professor Radhe, can you actually take over?
Yeah, um, I was having another meet. Okay, so let me just I stopped that meeting. Uh, so let me say something about R. See, Professor, thank you, Professor Kanan. He has given a very good introduction to you about the how we should learn, and this learning is not specific to R. Actually, this learning is for any subject. See, for example, if you are looking at this side by side learning or reading the books or this thing, so these learnings are going to be very important things for not only for R but for any other subjects. Okay, and I saw while during the interactions that many of the participants are basically from engineering colleges, engineering institutes, and I heard only one candidate from statistics background. Okay, anyway, but statistics is very important. Uh, Now what happens? You get the data. Say this is probably the data age. What we get a lot of data, and the raw data is not usable. Means from the raw data you cannot make any sense. See, if I give you thousands and thousands of numbers, then it's of no use. So what you need to do is that you need to summarize. You need to do a proper inference from there. See, when you summarize the things, then what happens? You have a lot of data, and then based on the summary, you can say some meaningful findings about that specific phenomenon. So for that, what happens? There is a two things, and this workshop is for the beginners at a beginners level workshop. So you need softwares. You need softwares to kind of analyze this data what you have at your hand. So so what software one can look at? There are plenty of options available. One is R, which is open source. Python is also like you can use it for the data analysis, but R is mainly for the data analysis. And for Python, what happens? There is it's more like a programming thing, and in R you can have many statistical packages available. Okay, so you can use those packages to solve a specific analysis rather than writing much codes of it. And whether you use R or Python, it's the same thing. It's not very much different. They are compatible to each other. So these are the two free softwares, and then there are paid softwares. So for example, SPSS people learn SAS, people have this MATLAB. This SAS, MATLAB, and other things are too costly. And specifically in many colleges, many universities, many institutes, you cannot even take a license for the students version. So it's very costly. And the kind of analysis what we need to do, we can do all those analysis here in R. And the thing is that now even the mini industry also, they want that there are the professional version of R also, corporate versions of R. So they want you to learn R, and then analysis should be done in R, and then there is a paid version of R also where they can use it for the corporate things. So learning makes you, so your employability also gets more and more, because you know the basics of this thing, you know that how does this thing works, and when the company is also looking for it, they know that you know it, so you can work it out. Yes, Judson, I want to say something. So
Hear you, sir. We can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yes, yes.
So is there anybody else who could not hear me? So Smita, you just let me know if I'm not audible. Okay.
Yes, yes. I think the participant may have some problem at their end. We are able to hear you clearly.
Okay. So yeah, so what I was saying is that, so you need this, see, so the thing is that if you know these open source softwares, it is going to help you more even in getting the employment too. So this part is for students, those who are already employed, those who are teachers, they don't need this thing, but at least you can teach your students to learn these things. So in earlier days, people used to have the pirated versions of softwares and other things, which is not recommended, which is and which is like illegal thing. We should not do that. And any analysis what we were supposed to do, we can do it in R freely. So that is the one great advantage of R. R can handle a huge data sets. Okay. specifically the kind of data set you come across, you can anyway handle these things in R. Okay. And I use only R, means I used to perform analysis in MATLAB in 2008, 9, 10. But I think after 2009, I have stopped using MATLAB. I use only R to do all my statistical analysis. So even if you want to, you're a research scholar, or you're doing some research, you want to create some of your own packages and other things, that you can do your own things, you can write codes nicely. So there is the two component of this R thing. One is that the programming, and one is the statistical analysis. So for statistical analysis, see, in this workshop we cannot teach you statistics. Okay, what we can tell you is that how to do some how to compute the statistics, how, given the data, how you can explore the things. We can tell you something about that, and how does this software help you to do those specific analysis. Okay, so programming is good here. You can do the programs here. The only thing with the same thing like MATLAB. So MATLAB and R, both the things, you need to write the codes. If you can write the things in matrix operations, the things are much more faster. So making loops can make your life a little bit trickier. But if you make write the things in the matrices operations, it becomes easier. So that's why this data frame. So first we need to learn what is a R script, what is the R Studio, and then how do we how do we import the data, how do we write it in terms of matrices, doing some basic matrix operations, data frames, how do we say that, okay, these are the different columns. So these are the like the basic building blocks of the R. Okay, to do any statistical analysis or the coding in R. So for many statistical things, you really don't need to write a code. Okay, there is a package, you need to learn some small commands. You need to download that package, install it, and then use that command. It will give you the analysis. However, before doing any statistical analysis, you must understand when this data can be applied for this kind of problem or not. So you need to know the tools, and then you can do that thing. And then, for example, if you are looking for any machine learning tools, machine learning techniques, classifier or clustering, you need to know what are those classifiers, how does this thing works, and then these softwares are these packages are there where you can use them. That how do we implement it? So mainly what we are going to do with this workshop is the implementation of the statistical analysis. So this is the one part. The other thing is that so we thought that, okay, we will give you some introduction to statistical analysis too. So once you get the data, so today's thing is mostly you will be knowing how to start the things in R. How do we write a small script? How do we import the data? How do we merge it? And then after importing, merging, and doing the analysis, what happens? You need to write reports. That is a very important task of any statistical analysis. You get the data, you use data, then you write you analyze it. After analysis, you get the meaningful information, and from this meaningful information, you want to write a report. So usually, people, what you need to do, you need to learn a LaTeX kind of things, when you can type the mathematical contents or this thing or tables. Or the thing is that you write the report in some office softwares like Microsoft or open source offices. So this thing, when you write it, then you first see the results here, then you make a table, and then start writing, inserting from there, looking at the information, taking the graphs there, inserting here. So that part is not needed actually. So in R itself, you can use R Markdown to write the reports. So just like that, you write the report in Word, Microsoft Word, or open source Office, or you write in LaTeX or the other softwares, this text writers. You can write here itself in R, make a R Markdown things. And then the thing is that you can write the text, whatever analysis, whatever results you have, you want to take those images, or you want to take that tables, you can insert everything in this script only, and then you can run it. And then at the end, you can get a PDF file for the report. So the entire report, also report writing can be done in the R itself. You don't have to learn for some other packages and then do the analysis here and then write the report in some other things. So that is not required. You can write the report also in R. So that is the thing which is by using R Markdown. That's why it is there in the first day itself, that after doing this analysis, you can write down the report also. And the report you can write it in the PDF files, or you can get in the PDF file, as well as you can get in the HTML things also. So that you want to post something on the web, you can post that also very easily. So this is the two things which we are going to cover: the basic operations, and then writing the how do we write the reports. Okay. And then so some spoken tutorials are there, and it's a wonderful things to learn through the spoken tutorials. You have already seen many testimonials also. So and then suppose if you could not finish some tutorial today, what you can do after the workshop also, you can see and then you can try to learn the same way. And we have chosen very specifically few tutorials only from the total number, from the spoken tutorials in R what we have, so that we should be able to do these basic things. And then if you have some other difficulties, you can go through with all the tutorials later by your own. It's actually for the self-learning. Okay, it's all the spoken tutorial is actually the self-learning things. So this is the one thing. And then tomorrow what we will do is we will be kind of seeing that once you get the data, what kind of things we should be doing. So one thing is that we try to explore the data, and after exploring, you want to plug in using the different graphs, different images, different charts. All those things we will discuss tomorrow, and then we'll do some statistical basic computing of the statistical data. Okay, so those things we will do tomorrow, and then next day onwards we will do little bit advanced things, that once you have got the data, you want to see how much the associations are there, whether we can do some kind of correlations, whether we can do some kind of a structure between the two variables. Those kind of things we will do this, and at the end of the workshop you will be kind of getting a glimpse of some machine learning techniques like a support vector machine and k-mean clustering things to see this thing, to see a little bit more advanced things. But the thing is that it's for beginner, so we will be kind of going in see it. Okay. And if you have any question, any queries, you can put it on the forum. We will be happy to answer you that. Okay. Okay, so I think we have already taken more time than what was expected. So Smita, if you want, you please go ahead with the spoken tutorials. Now,
yes, sir.
If you have, so if the participants, if you have any query, any question you want to ask me, you can ask me now.
Quickly, we can take a few questions. Put it in the chat and we'll answer it. Do you want them to refer any books, sir?
Yeah, there are see, if you want to do some statistical analysis, okay, so you can look at a book and you know some statistics. So for the learning thing, so then you can look at an introduction to statistical learning using application in R. Okay, this is a very good book which tells you about the machine learning things, and also write the codes in the books also. Okay. If you want to learn something more about basics of the R programming and how does this R works, you can look at the book of R for Data Science by Hedley Wickman and Grolman. Okay, I think these things will be mentioned also. So if you want some more information about this, you can write to us also. Okay, if you want more references about the books. And I think I forgot to introduce myself in the beginning. So I'm Radhanska Srivastava. I'm assistant professor in Department of Mathematics, and I am actually a statistician and do statistical analysis. Yeah, my interest is in time series, machine learning, and high dimensional data, non-parametric statistics, and typically any application where we can do some statistics. If you have any other questions, you can ask, or maybe you can take a break and then go back to we can follow the schedule. Smita?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Professor Radhe. So now I hope everybody understand that what we have planned for you. and we have really planned well for you, and for that we need your active participation first of all. So you will be active in actually asking questions. You'll be active in taking part and doing your things. And if you get stuck, we are there to help you. So now I request all of you. Okay, first of all, tell me that everybody has got the CD link and you have downloaded all the videos on your desktop. Just say yes in the chat window. If you have done, if you somebody has not done it, please actually after this you can do it. Okay, thank you. Got it. So all of you have done it. Okay, yeah. Thank you. So no, who has not done it? So you can go back and do it. It takes hardly 5 minutes to do it. Okay, and so you will have to complete use the R script thing. Okay, so there are 3 videos in that: introduction to R Studio, introduction to R script, and working directories in R. So here, basically, we are teaching you what is R. Basically, we are actually introducing you to R environment. So what is R Studio? R Studio is GUI for the R programming language. And what is R script? R script is basically writing a code file. Okay, so you will have to go back and watch these tutorials, and actually you can come back at now we are running late. So these are actually 10 to 12 minutes tutorials. So I expect you to come back by 12:30 or at the most 12:40. In 1 hour, you can watch 3 videos. Okay. And then we'll meet again. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat window. Don't talk so that others will not get disturbed. We are here to help you in chat. We will answer your question in chat as well as in forum. Okay. So now I request all of you to go offline. Means basically you can be here, but mute yourself and start watching the video. You will have to watch 3 videos, what I mentioned earlier, and we'll see you at 12:40 again. Is that okay? So yeah, we'll see you at 12:40 again. And before we go for lunch, we will watch one more video, but I want you to complete these 3 and come back, and then again we can actually start with the 4th video before lunch as we have scheduled. Okay, yeah, please start watching and we'll meet again at 12:40.
So the first tutorial they should do in detail. Even if they don't get time to do the last one, it is okay. At least they can listen to it, because we have home assignment also, take home assignments. Whatever you don't complete today during the class hour, you are supposed to do at home, including
Yes,
the
sir.
assignments. If you have a problem, you have to come at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Correct.
No need to submit the assignment. This assignment is for learning. So if you are doing it, it is fine. If you have a problem, you need some help in the assignment at 9:30 tomorrow.